the Time Warp Trio, it's all Greek to me, Chapter 10. About 1 second after Fred's thunderbolt hit the ground, all Hades broke loose. The Minotaur charged. Dionysus vaulted over his horns and hung on for dear life. Poseidon pinned the Chimera's snakehead tail to the ground, but its nasty goat head butted him flying. Lightning and thunder rocked the air. Sam, Fred, and I dove under Zeus's overturned throne. Joe, this is completely out of control, said Sam. If the monsters take over Mount Olympus, all the stories of the Greek myths will be changed, and I think we will be in a whole lot of permanent trouble. Can't you do one of those big exploding puff of smoke tricks like your Uncle Joe does? Said Fred. I peeked out and saw Hera pulling a Gorgon snake hair. Athena twirled her sword over her head to fight off 3 nagging harpies. I don't think this crowd is really in the mood for tricks, I said. We've got to find the book to get Greek mythology back to normal and us back to school. So why don't we... Ah! Screamed Sam. One of Typhon's dragon heads scooped Sam up in its jaws and dragged him out from under the throne. Fred and I both grabbed for his foot, but he was gone. We jumped out into the battle to see Sam bonk the dragon head with his lyre. It made a musical boing. The dragon head paused to listen. That gave me the plan. Our plan had brought the Greek myths to life. Maybe something from the play could save our lives. Hit it again, I yelled. Are you crazy? Said Fred. You're just gonna make it matter. Sam's lyre gave another boing. Not the dragon head, I yelled. Hit the lyre, Sam. Two of Typhon's other heads turned towards the musical noise. Music is the power, just like in the play. Play some music to conquer these monsters, I called. I hope you know what you're doing, said Fred. Me too, I said, because if not, Sam was dragon lunch. Sam strummed a few notes. Two of the harpies fluttered down onto Aphrodite's throne to listen. Go, Sam, go, said Fred. I think it's working. The dragon head lowered Sam to the ground. He started his one and only song again. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Hera and the Gorgons stopped to listen. A few more bars, and the Minotaur looked up. All three of Cerberus's heads turned Sam's way. But he only knows one song, whispered Fred. As soon as they figure that out, we're cooked. The sound of the lyre slowly overtook the screams and shouts of fighting. If we could only find someone who can play more, I said. But who? Apollo, said a voice in my ear. Apollo, I said. Of course, the god of music. Who else? I turned around and there was Hestia. It was her voice. She pointed to Apollo, who was helping Artemis fight off 3 rock-crushing cyclopses. I hopped over a stream of poisonous, burned Cerberus drool and dodged my way over there. Apollo, I said, you're our only hope. Can you play anything besides Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? Apollo ducked under a cyclops, swinging fists. He looked at me like I was from the moon. Can I play music? Is Aphrodite beautiful? Is Athena smart? Can Dionysus drink wine? Hand me that string thing. I'll show you music. Sam, I called. Hand the lyre over to Apollo. Sam backed up towards us slowly. The eyes of Typhon the Gorgons and half the harpies were on him. Be my guest, said Sam. He stopped in mid verse, tossed the lyre to Apollo, and dove behind Hestia. Apollo caught the lyre and finished the song without missing a beat. Cerberus growled a warning. One of the harpies squawked. Apollo started Twinkle, Twinkle again, but this time he turned it into a wild waterfall of notes, playing over, around, and through the tune. The snakes on the Gorgons' heads started swaying with the music. The Cyclopses stomped their big ugly feet in time. Zeus and Hera rocked with their arms around each other. I couldn't believe it. It was just like in our play. Music was the answer to calm the crazy monsters and all the fighting gods and goddesses. Apollo must have played 10 different variations on Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, each more amazing than the last. Every one of the gods and monsters were hypnotized by the sound. I looked around Mount Olympus. Aphrodite held Typhon's hands. Dionysus danced with the Minotaur. Everybody was happy. Everybody but Fred, Sam, and me. The gods and monsters of Greek mythology were safe, but we were still three guys in bedsheet togas, a long way from home. I felt an arm around my shoulder. It was Hestia. You knew the answer to save us all along, she said. I guess we did, I said. I just wish we knew the answer to save ourselves and get us back to opening night, said Sam. Fred picked up his broken thunderbolt and knocked it thoughtfully against his own head. It might not be bad to hang out and be gods for a while. Yeah, said Sam, not very convincingly. I'd give it all up for the book, I said. Done, said Hestia. She held up a small blue book wrapped in gold cloth. No more insults, said Sam. I think even I've had enough for one day. Hestia handed me my slightly scuffed golden apple. Here, you'll need this. She straightened my toga with a gentle pat. Break a leg. She handed me the half-wrapped book and touched Fred's thunderbolt to it. Something sparked and glowed weirdly for a second. Then a wisp of green mist swirled around us. A book. Our book. It's not a book. It's the book, babbled Sam. I looked down at the thin blue book covered with odd silver writing and symbols. But how? Who? Where? I stuttered. Hestia smiled a very mom-like smile. I told you it was on the bookshelf. I guess it always takes the goddess of hearth and home to find things around here. The green mist spun around us. We floated over the peaceful gods and monsters, wrapped in the sound of Apollo's song, and disappeared into time, space, and who knows where.